Yo, what's up? My name is Vic. Welcome to the channel, and I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin 2. It just came out recently, September 14th of this year. This game has been on my radar when, I don't know how long, I think maybe as of last year. But when I heard about the sequel to the original Divinity Sin, I was so overjoyed, and to actually, I finally got my copy of it on Steam today, and I've been been dying to do a Let's Play, and I tried to record a gameplay, but I guess I had a little technical problems. But hopefully I did a little tinkering, and hopefully everything should run out smoother. But yes, let's go on and venture in the Divinity Original Sin. So I had made a character, but it luckily it wasn't like too like I didn't go into full detail. I already know what I had in mind as far as characters, but I'm going to show you the choices in the game. So like if this is like your first time, not knowing what Divinity Original Sin offers. So here are some of the classes that they offer. So you have to rip. So you got a custom dwarf. Uh, sorry, custom dwarf. You got elf. You have human, and you could swap sexes for all races. Not yeah, pretty much races and whatever whatnot. Lizard, undead dwarf, undead elf, undead human, undead lizard, and here there are a few selected characters that have like a unique story into it. Um, Yeah, so like there's like the beast. That's his. I guess that's his name. So you got the beast. You got Fane. If Ben, Ifan Ben Mezd. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I do apologize. You got Los, the Red Prince, Sibel. Yeah, so those are some of the characters in game that I think they have like they have like a unique story to it. I did try out this character, Ifan, and he's a lone wolf, as you see right there. Can't really select it, but yeah, he plays a lone wolf, so he's a unique kind of character. And yeah, so lone wolf in the game, they generally are tend to play by themselves. That's a character that can play only by themselves, and they also have, I guess they have a prayer, because it's something that I'm kind of familiar, because I have played the previous Divinity Original Sin, and lone wolves, they tend to like play better by themselves. Wayfarer, huh? And elegant and long-lived elves are skilled. Memory is the keystone. Hmm. I like this crossbow. That I didn't bother looking at this one because I picked the character with the bow and arrow, but crossbows is badass. Oh nah, I'm picking this one. Oh yeah, yeah. This one you could do is a corpse eater. So like corpse eaters can consume the memory. Well, they consume memories by eating. Absorb memories. Sorry, by consuming flesh of others. That's pretty wicked. All right, so rename Adelia. Nah, I like that name. But what we can change is some of the presets here. Let's zoom in. I'm gonna get a better look. How you looking, girl? Looking fine and dandy. Yeah, I could work with that. Skin color, shell, wheat, sable, earth with the F, nutmeg, doom, honey, walnut, shale. You know what? I like a little walnut. Hair color, Coyote, Sparrow, Fox. Yeah. All right. Now for the type of voice.
Better luck next time. I'll yield to none.
Try again.
Almost got me that time.
Nice try.
Yeah, I'll pick Adventure. Adventure sounds nice. Alright, let's see. So, attributes finesse and intelligence, huntsman, geomancer, bartering. Okay, I think that could come through. Okay, pet pal. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Okay. Yeah, so previously when I was trying to record it um, before I came upon a little technical error. Yeah, so I picked this, the Jester. Quick with a quip and swift of song. You are an entertainer above all. You can disarm the public with your body, tales, and mesmerize them with midnight frights. Like this game is it's so entertaining in so many levels. Like that's why I've been so happy. And one thing too, like they add so much variety as far as like character customization in comparison to the previous Divinity Original Sin, which is made by Larian Studio. So yeah, I think I'm good with this. I picked the cello, and I do confirm. Yes. Larian Studios presents a castle with smoke, clouds, oh my. And the old lady.
It all happened like I knew it would.
Really? Apples.
A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebels panicked. The carnage
She made
began.
it seem like so nice.
And the
And now they're
magisters
spreading
pointed
applesauce
their
all over the
fingers at
bodies.
me. Just as I'd planned.
She just wanted to make some
I
applesauce.
was shackled and collared. And sent to Fort Joy.
Oh, the crimes against
I'd
humanity.
come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
And on to the adventure. To the original sin. Vámonos! So yes, the original, the previous Divinity Original Sin, well, it shares some differences in comparison to this, as far as like, it was a little bit more challenging, because, well, I'm not sure if challenging would be the more accurate
So,
description.
it wasn't a dream after all.
No, it was not. 4 new journal cards. Okay. The collar. Adelia. I am bound to a magical collar that cannot be removed. We are sorcerers being transported to Fort Joy, an ancient fortress on a remote island where magisters of the Divine Order have established an internment camp. My story so far. Lucian the Divine, the champion of the 7 gods, and savior of Revelin, is dead. He sacrificed himself to defeat the forces of the Void, leaving his son Alexander to preside over the next chapter of Revelin's history. But Lucian's sacrifice did not buy peace. Instead, the years that followed were
Where did
plagued
I
by the
leave my
menace of
calipers?
Voidwoken. These beasts were drawn to source magic and left death and destruction in their wake.
No lesions.
Incapable of wielding the divine powers that his father had at his disposal, Alexander had restored to harsher measures in order to stop the Voidwoken. A great pogrom has commenced against sorcerers, those who show the most skill in the manipulation of swords encouraged by his most trusted advisor, Dallas. Alexander has decreed that all sorcerers must be resettled in isolated colonies where they cannot pose a threat to the rest of Revelin. One such colony is the ancient island stronghold of Fort Joy. It is this place that I, a captive sorcerer, am being sent. Though he is a sorcerer and wears a source collar, Bishop Alexander continues to lead the Divine Order, as he is the son of Lucian, and it's widely assumed that he will succeed as the next Divine. Over my dead body.
Now, where did I leave my calipers?
There's a lot of things in this game that are you'd be able to interact with them. Some of them not really necessary. Some of them not necessary. Pick up a book. Pick up a book.
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
It seems as though there's a pattern of blood flow. That can't be natural.
Okay, yeah, I got that. Laboratory stuff. Okay.
Ah, you're up.
No,
Yes.
I'm just
Looks
sleepwalking.
like that collar fits you snugly enough. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Maybe you could get used to getting bitten on the ankle.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
No lesion.
Oh. Is he also responsible for picking up after your dogs too?
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Since I'm a jester, let's do some jesterly responses. The last thing you remember is hoisting your 15 pint. Is this the ram's head, Lou?
I'll need to write
Don't you
ahead
dare.
right away.
If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse than put a collar around your neck.
Oh, please. Insults. Oh, my number one weakness.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative.
Oh, really?
Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy.
Hooray.
A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
You pulled that thing around your neck futilely, demand to know why she collared you.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
I may be a trickster, but I don't fall into other people's tricks, so
Oh,
no.
do go on.
Silly
I won't
rabbit.
hold it against you. Promise. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, though it does look
That sounds like a
darling
great
on you.
idea. Maybe we should take it off.
So
'cause
let's
why
just
you
leave
need
it on,
this?
shall we?
It's
Because,
on me, jump.
to answer your
I'll
question,
say
what the collar does
how
is
high.
this. It makes you unable to cast Source.
Sauce?
For your
Oh, I'm
own
all
peace
about
of
the
mind, of
sauce.
course. Yours and the whole world's.
I'll take my lead, my liege. Troubled waters. We have been told to look for Magister William at the stern of the ship in order to be registered. Perhaps we can explore a little before we go to him. Okay.
Good gods, there's been a murder here.
Really?
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Peer into the room and ask what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Really? Asked if he knew the dead man.
It's a small ship. His name was Finn. Oddball. Looked to me like he saw something he wished he hadn't before he came here. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Okay. Well, I wish you luck on that, buddy.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
That's enough now. Oh, there you are, wife.
Oh, hello, darling.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly, deathly allergical.
Play along and take her arm with a grin and tell the children they must be mistaken.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else.
The nerve of them making the assumption. Don't they know the cardinal rule of assumptions?
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
Kidder. Oh, you got me. Got me so well. Oh, man.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Say, that's true enough. Shake her hand. Nose, you presume?
You presume right.
Ask if she knows anything about the murder. Tell her she ought to look around with you. You can watch each other's back.
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Well, can we just, like, watch my back?
Thanks,
Watch yours.
but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch.
Oh,
You're too soft for it.
You tear me apart, Los.
You take care, though.
Yeah, you too.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
You too, boss. I never taken a liking, like, when people call somebody, hey, boss, or hey, chief, or hey, what's going on? Manager?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
She's playing craps by herself.
Snake eyes.
Oh, damn, snake eyes!
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Wondering what is she doing.
Rolling dice.
Okay, I should have seen that
Deciding
one coming.
fates.
Oh! Whose fate is she deciding?
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Okay.
Never say never, though.
If she can decide fates with dice, ask if she can read the future in Cal entrails as well.
She eyes you suspiciously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. Just like you. And I'm quite good at it, too.
Well, let's see.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Sure.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone.
Please continue.
You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Stare at the ground embarrassed. You had quite forgotten about that. admit, wide-eyed. That's exactly right. Snapper, she doesn't know what in the seven hells she's talking about.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. You may have to bite a bit deeper, though. Not every elf is as skilled in the art as I am. But anyway, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me.
Okay.
I don't lick and tell.
Ooh. Please do tell. Okay.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. Do you hear that?
Girl, telling me to think twice before addressing me like a child. Ask where you're hearing. Wave his request away. Ask him what he knows about the murder on board.
He opens both eyes and turns his head toward you, looking you up and down. He smiles and closes his eyes once more.
You look like a ghetto to me.
Alright, fine, man. Just stop calling me that.
Listen, if you're interested. Or get gone if you aren't.
Alright, fine. That's what you're meant to be hearing.
The ship, of course.
The shit. Quiet and listen to the sounds of the ship.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Tell him the ship is moaning like a sick man. Say the sea sounds angry like it's trying to capsize.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close.
Close your eyes and try to let the ambient sounds on the ship fade away.
There now, just like that. Aha!
I ain't hear anything. All I heard was just water crashing.
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. Good news.
That's what got him so excited. That's nothing more than a rat.
No, you beautiful idiot. That
Thank
wasn't
you and
any
screw
rat.
you.
It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. For my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Wow. But honestly, man, don't insult
So
the
you
beard.
have eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate. Even here.
That's why he's so excited to hear about the retching fort. Haven't you heard anything good about the place?
Yeah, no indeed, Ghetto. But that ain't my final destination.
Really?
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, Ghetto.
Saying nothing but look at him once before leaving. You might want to find him again inside Fort Joy. Yeah. Got my eye on you, buddy. Both eyes.
Did you see the body? They ought to let you taste a bit. Maybe you'd find out who done it.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't
That
intend
is
to do
true.
away with the custom.
I'm able to. What would happen?
Nothing to see here.
You know what? I want to mind my business, cause.
Come on, please, Losa.
Sometimes things
That's
are.
enough.
You Sorcerer! Blood? No. Go! Ruff!
Because he had the pet pal talent, he can easily converse with animals. Awesome.
Go! Move! Woof! Woof up!
That's honestly, I have to say that is pretty freaking adorable.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Let's see where this leads.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Now tell him that you're quite the wizard in the kitchen. A true chef. Or laugh and say you can hardly tell a turkey from a turnip. I'll go with that one.
No. And don't even mention the demon's testes that are turnips.
Oh, that is so gross. Turnips look like demon testes.
On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short,
I don't
tailor?
think I'm gonna look at turnips the same way. Stick a thumb through one of the holes in the garb and say he needs to provide cool in the summer.
Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
So you most certainly have personal pride. You're no stranger to combs, powders, and perfume. Ole. Rubbing your chin, tell him you're trying to recall his last time you bathed. What month is this?
Just as I thought. That explains what's besieging my nostrils.
Oh my god. Is it burning the hairs in your nostrils?
So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we?
Please, amuse me.
As per your own testimony, you have the taste buds of a dung beetle, the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit, and your personal hygiene reminds one of a carcass rotting in the sun.
Wow. The insults. Oh my god.
That won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the opportunity to be my slave. Ever so sorry.
What?
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of my disheartening refusal to sink in. Still, hone your skills, and one day you may just qualify for a position in a lesser household than mine. You keep dreaming, you hear?
I will continue dreaming.
I'll tell you if you can.
Maybe in the next lifetime.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too.
Finer.
Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
No. It's so appalling.
You've got this wolf on a leash now.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
It was one of them. I know it.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Oh,
Pinches less that way, right?
thank you.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Asked if why the Magister suspects him of murder. This doesn't seem like the optimal part of the ship to hang around.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
But, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I never met you before.
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Asked if what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate. Say that you still curious about the murder. Did he do it?
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ask if he knows anything about where you headed for Joy.
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Say, you like to meet Alexander. You show him exactly what you think of his bloody divine order. Tell Ifan that's one acquaintance you're not eager to make. Say, you have no interest in Alexander. All you care about is surviving Fort Joy. Okay, tell Ifan his acquaintance is not
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, elf, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Tell him, my name is Victor. That's right, Victor.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I think I'm glad I picked the Justice.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on. One of us would fail.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Fascinating.
What's fascinating?
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Hello, I'm like right here. Stare at him in shock and ask him what the hell he thinks he's doing. Ask him where the book. Ask whether the book he's reading is any good. Seems he's engrossed in it.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Oh, say the memories of the past are precious to your people. At least they were until your homelands were destroyed.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No.
Really?
I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Admit that some things are known. Look at him incredulously. The gods are forces of nature. They don't have a history. That's why he's so curious about the gods.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Insist, but why is he so curious about the gods?
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
Whatever, man.
You're the Register, ma'am? Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
As if he actually cares. As if he'll be fine carted like a dog and stuck in a ship hole with a corpse and a murder on the loose.
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
How am I supposed to feel like? Right as rain?
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
And if she tries to run,
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
so you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
What?
There are others whose lives must end.
Why do you look at me like
Good
that?
God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
This may be the perfect opportunity to create immunity. Tell the woman you stand by her, say yes sir, and turn and leave. This murder just might be brought to justice. Address the sorcerer and ask her what she meant by there are others whose lives must end. Yeah, let's find out what the hell she
It
means by
means
that.
your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Void Welcome will come. They'll end us.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
You got knocked.
What happened?
Toy crossbow. Hold and point to the direction. Oh, it's for the equipment. Okay. Crafting. Okay. Da-da. Let's see now. Small tone. We have too long presumed source as a virtuous part of civil society. Yet we need look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magic may wreak. One day, another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of Source collars provided by Redmond is providing most effective. Okay. What's this? Dark wooden torch. Oh, so it's a shield. Okay. Okay, Doug. I don't want to sit down. Oh, it's burning. Oh no no no! Oh, I'm burning. Oh god.
Ah!
Yeah. Oh crap. No. Troubled waters. That's not what I meant to do. Position. Nope. Copy. Look that up. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's a little annoying sound.
Oh, what? What happened? Must have been the turnips.
Okay, stab him in the face. He needs to get up now.
Water? Why, for goodness sake?
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only just. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor.
Anybody alive?
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Reassure her you'll get out of here if you can. Take care of her.
Her hand lies limp in yours. She's too weak to stand.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
Anybody else?
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black cloud. She doesn't stir.
What the? Stained pants. Elves can eat limbs and experience memories of the person of the lamb who belonged. Broken source collar added. Something I can get out of that. Alright.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him.
Who's him?
A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
Oh, you learned a new skill. Open the skill panel to check it out. You can cast directly to the skill panel. Ah, sweet. Okay, hotbar. get used to the controls here. Sorry, I'm like trying to make sure I do things correct. At the same time, I picked up a barrel. Use it to rest and heal your part. Oh, sweet. All right, cool. All right. I think I came across that. All right. There's some things I need to see in the journal. Okay. Okay, a fellow sorcerer named Wendigo confessed to the killing. She also implied that we share something in common with her target. Before we can learn more, she somehow triggered a huge explosion. We have to get out of here. It might be wise to find weapons in case there are more dangers ahead. We have made it to the middle deck. The ship is badly damaged, possibly even sinking. We have to keep moving. Alright. So far, so good. Okay. Leather ball. Alright. Nobody's waking up. And I'm like trying to help everybody out. Alright. Oh, let's see. Check for this guy. I'm like the worst. Hey, buddy.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips.
Shake him and try to wake him up.
His eyes
wake up!
open,
Get down, Maria!
but he doesn't register your
What the hell?
presence at all.
We got to get out of here. We must get down! Not
Lucy.
stay down.
Ifan cries out. Then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
Damn it. Crap. Ah, yes. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yes. Potato. I know those will come in handy when like venturing out to. Well, that is if one of those things I'm able to do that I know I was able to do in the original Divinity, original Sin, was you can what? Crap. I thought I picked up the key. Doesn't it open it? No? Maybe? Okay. Ah, well, it's open from this side. Okay. Poison powder. Mashed potatoes. Garlic. Olive wine. Orange. Journal. Poster. Okay. Okay. Nothing there. Washing tub. Okay. I guess I can get out of here. Because I cannot wake anybody. None of these fools wants to get up. You know, and you can't blame me for not actually, you know, putting some effort and like waking y'all fools up in a sinking ship. Alright, I did my best. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching.
Shout the dog to get out of here. The ship is going to sink.
The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. The hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop.
Aww. Ask the dog if his job is to hunt sorcerers. Tell to find the one who did this. The ship isn't going to last much longer. Decided it's best to put the dog out of... No, I won't try to save him. Tell the dog you're not the one who did this. You're going to stop if you could.
Sorcerer.
The dog whines and continues pawing.
Look, man, I'm trying to help you. Alright, fine.
Damn,
Take your chances.
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards. Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but I'm trying to pick up as much speed as I possibly can. Forgive me. I know that's worth a pretty penny. Oh, it has to be, right? We can.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things too. Like when in situations like that, like this fireball, like there's like water barrels, like you just attack it and it will just extinguish the fire. Really cool. And like it really grabs, like, you know, you could really take advantage of the environment and stuff. So like, let's say for instance, my first bow. Yeah, so what I was trying to say was, yeah, it really takes advantage of like using the environment to your benefit. So let's say there's water on the ground, you know, you could, skull mark key. The enigmatic key is stamped with a white skull, a magister symbol for deathfall.
Through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
There's something familiar about the way he holds that book. Oh!
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Ah, that was the guy that was reading the book downstairs.
Indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to.
That's it, the elf. He's the elf that was reading the book.
Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
I will simply pluck my mask. No, that's quite sensible, huh? That's hard as. he could be saving people right now. That's hard as
The skeleton holds up his book in one quick, frustrated movement.
I am trying to discover if there is anyone worth saving. And I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflies get in my way. Go on, go. Swim or drown or do whatever takes your fancy. I have a book to read.
Okay, fine. Get out of here. Myself. Oh. Okay. I gotta get that junk. Drop item. We got way too much
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within.
Death fog.
You press
What the
your
hell's
palm
that?
against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
What the hell? One of the cabins seem to have become infested with tentacles and some sort of lethal fog. We should keep our distance.
Death fog! I need to get out of here now.
Yeah, alright, let's make moves. Be careful. Try not to get hit by the fire. Oh, but fine. Yes. Some money. Move your cursor to the enemy repel. Use it to you miss. This is the upper first one to open it. We can recap it. Let's use right that side. There you go. Raw lumpy pickles. Fireballs. Sweet. That poison sun. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Oh, well, they extinguished it fast. Oh, yo, that thing is huge. Alright, okay. Actually, throw item. attack right here. Makeshift one. Walk up to that. Ah! Okay, the water put it out. Whew. Yeah, that's one cool thing too. Like you catch it on fire.
That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
What?
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time to get the hell out of here.
Call the dwarf a yellow-bellied coward. You return to the lower deck and check for survivors. The ship trembles beneath your feet, but the kid's right. You have to go back to the lower deck and look for survivors.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a ladder right over there. We can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
No? I'll put money on it. I'll be alright. Just you wait.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Okay, well, she deserves it.
If you can walk and get yourself up the ladder, then wait! Void
Okay,
Woken!
cycle through targets with bumper. Yo, this crossbow is good.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Whoa, that is so cool. That was so cool.
Let the games begin.
You guys are alright?
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
Let's go,
They
let's go.
smell even worse dead than alive. Let's head above decks for some air.
I hear something. It's
There's no time.
Wait! Don't leave me. Release the Kraken! Yo, that shit is beast.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Rise from your grave. Oh, wow.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Whoa, that was... Oh my lord. Damn. That was... Oh wow. That was a huge... It was a Kraken. It has to be a Kraken. That's the only thing that exists. That's a vast size that lives under the sea. but that thing was ridiculous. Oh, yo. If this game has like like monsters that you have to battle like of that scope and size, oh man, that'll be so incredibly awesome. All right. All right.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship.
Okay, I'm gonna end it right
Am
here.
I the lone survivor?
Thank you for joining me in
This
this
must be Fort
first
Joy.
chapter of Divinity Original Sin. Oh man, this game is it's just such beauty, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I will continue a Let's Play of this, and there will be more future Let's Plays of this game. With that being said, my name is Vic. Come back to the channel. Come join me in this adventure as well. And I'm also still going to be uploading more Darkwood gameplay as well. So you should go check that out. But I'll see you then. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you later.